Welcome back, class. Today I want to look over this projectile motion problem. It says, use the given quadratic function model to answer questions about the situation. A dolphin jumps out of the water. The quadratic function h of t equals negative 16t squared plus 20t models the dolphin's height above the water in feet after t seconds. How long is the dolphin out of the water? So step number 1 is to draw a picture. We have our dolphin, which is going to be represented by this dot. So our dolphin jumps out of the water and eventually finds its way back. And we want to figure out how long is the dolphin out of the water. So the equation given is h of t equals negative 16t squared plus 20t. To solve this problem, I'm going to use the zero product property. Which states that a times b equals 0. But before we can use that, we need to make sure that our function is in factored form. Unfortunately, our function is not in factored form. So let's go ahead and rewrite it so that it is in factored form. Let's factor negative 16t squared plus 20t. So we're just using the distributive property, but going backwards. Let's start by finding the greatest common factor. The biggest number that goes into both negative 16 and 20 is negative 4. And if you look at each term, notice how each term has a t. The greatest common factor is negative 4t. So negative 4t times positive 4t is negative 16t squared. And negative 4t times negative 5 is positive 20t. Now that our function is in factored form, let's set each factor equal to 0. So that's negative 4t equals 0, and 4t minus 5 equals 0. Let's solve for t. In the first equation, all we need to do is divide by negative 4. 0 divided by negative 4 is 0. In our second equation, we want to add 5 to both sides, which gives us 4t equals 5. Now let's divide 4 to both sides. T equals 5/4. Let's analyze what these numbers represent. The t equals 0 represents our initial point. That's before time has elapsed, before the dolphin even jumped out of the water. And the t equals 5/4 represents our terminal point. The t equals 5/4 also represents how long it took for our dolphin to finally reach the water again. So if I turn 5/4 into a mixed number, 5/4 is 1 1/4. In decimal form, that's 1.25. So to answer the question, how long is the dolphin out of the water? The dolphin was out of the water for 1.25 seconds. The dolphin was out of the water for 1.25 seconds. That concludes our video. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe.